Welcome to Life Changes. I'm Filippo Voltaggio, and today I have the privilege of speaking with Jon Biel, CEO of Make the Difference Network. I actually had the pleasure of seeing the movie The Opus, of which he is one of the featured speaker in the movie, at his house. So when he came on, we all applauded, and it was a lot of fun. Welcome to the show.
Thanks, Filippo. Glad to be here.
You know, your part in the movie came at a really interesting point, at a pivotal point in the movie, and it was really interesting how you brought so many pieces together for us who were watching it. Tell us how you came to be in the movie and how you brought it all together as you did.
Well, I wish I could take credit for that. There's a lot that goes on in a movie like this that you don't see. It has a natural flow when you watch it, but to begin with, there are these disparate pieces that all have to be edited and put together.
Right, they don't know what they're getting until they actually share their stories.
That's exactly right. That's artful editing in some respects.
Well, I wasn't giving you all the credit. I was just saying that at that pivotal moment, you said something that there was an aha there.
Yeah. Well, I became involved when I heard that Doug Vermeeren was putting together this project.
The producer, director, and also one of the featured speakers in the show.
Yeah, great
in the
guy.
Movie.
When I heard he was putting this together, I asked him about how he was going to create some dialogue around giving and this philosophical foundation of sharing and participating in your communities and in the world. Every one of these speakers that's and teachers, amazing people in the Opus, have made a tremendous impact in the world. If you were to find out what these people do, you'd be astounded. So I know that about these people, and I wondered how well that was going to be portrayed in the film, and that intrigued Doug, I think. It intrigued him to the point where the conversations that we had were about giving and about sharing and about contributing, which is a big focus of Make the Difference Network. And I think I was able to, in my conversation, say a few things that allowed him to put it in at a certain place,
right,
which helped gel that particular component of the ideas he was trying to get across.
Right, and it's about giving. It's all about giving.
It's all about yeah, it's all about giving. You're either giving to yourself with this, and giving yourself permission, or you're giving to someone else, or giving's a pretty fundamental piece of it all.
Actually, a lot of people don't give to themselves. And if they're not giving to themselves, then they have nothing to give. You're very humble, and I know that about you, but yet you have so much to give. So the giving's already there. But that's not enough for you. You go and start this network. Tell us about it, where you're giving even more.
Well, Make the Difference Network is a cause-oriented social network, and in many respects, we open up this amazing technology that exists on the internet to nonprofits to help them leverage their ability to communicate and interact with their supporters and accomplish their missions.
Right.
And we make it easy for a nonprofit to do so many of the things that they kind of struggle with. I mean, there's amazing technology out there, and we make it easy for them to create wishes that are very specific and are multimedia, so that they come alive at the point where you really want to help.
Wow.
And then we make it, another thing that's really important is we make it easy for a nonprofit to show the results of someone's giving. You see, donors like two things. They want to know where their money's going, and they want to see the results of their giving. So if we make it easy for a nonprofit to create wishes that are very specific, not just give me money, but let me give you, I need $200 to put a bed in one of the new rooms in the wing at the shelter. Not just give me money for the shelter. And another thing that we'll do at Make the Difference Network is try the best we can to provide them with insights around good business practices and other opportunities for them to be very efficient in the work that they do. They have too much important stuff to do to waste it by being inefficient.
And this is what you're helping them do, is be the businesses that they can be.
Be the business you can be. That's a good slogan. If you're going to be running that business,
It's a business.
It's a business. It'd be much more effective and much more efficient and much more valuable if you applied the best tools you could. And we're trying to help make that available. And the neat thing we have at Make the Difference Network is we have the ability to take entrepreneurs and businesses who will endorse or underwrite any organization to participate and Make the Difference Network at the premium level, the highest level we have. So we eliminate that need for the nonprofit to ever have to be burdened by any of that. And we create these wonderful relationships between entrepreneurs or businesses and those nonprofits. So it's a very powerful win-win situation.
Another thing is that, yes, you could have fundraisers. Those are expensive to...
Well, the statistics on our benefit is it usually requires $1.34 to raise $1. Did you ever try to put a benefit on?
No.
Well, you can imagine.
I've been to a lot of them.
Come on,
so
all right. So just think if you were to run it. You have good friends who do this.
Yeah, absolutely.
Aggie?
Yes, and I know.
Think about the work that she does to create events like this where the Opus is shown.
Right.
It's an amazing amount of work. There are many benefits that make very little money.
Wow.
Now there's a real value in touching and being in the same room and putting your arms around each other and breaking bread and having those kind of interactions. Tremendous value. Nonprofits are not here to have parties.
Right.
They're here to focus on something that is of extreme value to a community or a need or a cause.
So basically, they come to this network that you've set up, and if they can bring in all the money that they need for a minimal cost, or no cost to them, or how does...
Make the Difference Network, number one, we never take a penny of any donation.
Wow.
Anytime there's a donation that comes through Make the Difference Network, it goes directly into the account for that nonprofit.
Wow.
And number two, a nonprofit can come on at a basic membership for free. And they can get all these wishes, they get 5 wishes, and they have the social networking capability of all this great stuff, and even some training. Now we have a premium membership that will blow your socks off capabilities. And
like production and...
Well, yeah, powerful viral video capabilities,
wow.
Marketing suite, amazing training, analytics, so you can go on a site and see who's been on the site and where they go and where they came from, so that you kind of manage and map all that. But even at that level, I really don't want a nonprofit necessarily pay for that. I would prefer that be underwritten by an entrepreneur, an individual, a family, or a business. Wow. So now everybody's winning from that.
Absolutely.
And on all the pages of a nonprofit who is sponsored, the sponsoring organization has an endorsed acknowledgement. So proudly sponsored by Filippo, proudly sponsored by Jon Biel, proudly sponsored by whatever organization. And when you click on that acknowledgement, it takes you to their profile where they talk about the great things that, I don't want to say the great things, but what's important to them. So we're trying to make something that's simple, straightforward, inexpensive, powerful, and valuable for them to be able to take that step and say, I know what I can do. I can sponsor something on Make the Difference Network, affect my own community, give people a sense and understanding of who I am, and it would make me feel like $1 million to do that.
And it's right there. Everybody can go to it. Give us the website, if you will.
It's www.mtdn.com.
MTDN for Make the Difference Network.com. Well, this has been very exciting, actually, to have you talk about this, and it's just starting, and people from all over the world can go and see what you're doing and see the organizations and give from all over. And so I can't wait to check in with you again and see where the success that you've had.
Well, first thing you've got to do is you've got to go on and create your own profile. It doesn't cost anything. And bring on your favorite nonprofit. It doesn't cost them anything. And they have access to all
So
this.
anybody can do this.
Anybody can do this. Tell all your thousands and thousands of fans out there that this is an opportunity for them to to collectively and together engage in the opportunity to make a difference in the world. And one of the ways, there's a million ways of doing it, but one of the fun and easy ways is to participate and Make the Difference Network and get your favorite nonprofit to come on.
It's www.mtdn.com, Make the Difference Network. And we're talking to Jon Biel, the CEO. Thank you so much for being part of this with us. This is Life Changes with Filippo. I'm Filippo, and thanking you for being with us.